Are the 7 Hertz X Crinacle Diablo, and I think these are probably the best earphones that you can buy as far as planars go. I think it's finally been tuned in a way that takes advantage of what these type of drivers do well. Let me explain this in a kind of a semi-technical way. Dynamic drivers are very different. They make sound. Part of it is, let's talk about a Hertz, an extension, retraction, return to stationary. I'll show a graphic that'll pop up. When that sounds awesome, it's in your home system, it's in your car system, it's maybe part of your preference in personal audio. The weak point that people will find out very quickly is that when you have a lot of input in the low frequency, whether it's an 808 drop in hip hop like Kendrick Lamar that I'm listening to right now, which just does excellent, or a substantial kick drum for Pink Floyd, or anything that I listen to, which would be Led Zeppelin. Really anything that exists within the mids and the upper mids and beyond the bass will start to get borked out, and it won't sound as good. It'll sound veiled. It'll be described by different people in different ways, but it's not ideal is what it is. And that's what happens when you put too much, you task this type of driver with that type of input, which is elevated bass. A planar is a little bit different. It's magnets on either side of a membrane with an etch in the middle, and it doesn't quite have the same throw and the same penalty that you will get by having elevated bass. And this is the graph right here. And this does have, in fact, elevated bass, and it does sound quite powerful, but it's not getting in the way of vocals or instruments in my library, which again, I just showed on my computer and I talk about in a lot of my videos. So it's elevating the bass, which this can take without getting the penalty like a dynamic driver, but it's not elevating the harmonics, the overtones, which is really everything that beyond 2.53K. It's all the energy created by the event, and cymbals and all of that. The problem with planars is that if you boost up that area too much, people can hear the timbre. It sounds different from dynamic drivers, and not in a pleasant way for a lot of people. This doesn't give you that. So it doesn't give you the what I find to be the weak point of planar, but it does take advantage of what I think is the best part of planar, and that is it can take that boost and not get a penalty like a dynamic driver. If you got a library like mine, when this comes out, I would recommend that you check it out. It's well worth its price. I hope it's got 4.4 cable because I'm using one right now, and I'm out.